Tahoe Public Utility District Board of Directors, please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any comments from the audience? Does not appear. Any corrections to the agenda or the consent calendar? I will move adoption of the consent calendar.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Okay, that brings us to 6A. Then,
we'll just hop this up here just so they know it passed unanimous. There we go. Sorry about that, Kelly.
yeah, something like that. I'm on a schedule. I can't wait to
I'll
get
try to keep up.
I can't wait to get to closed session.
All right, so what I have for you guys this afternoon is a request to approve the change to the third-party administrator for the district's self-insured dental plan, as well as approve funding levels for 2022 and the COBRA rates. And just a brief explanation on why we're requesting a change to the TPA for the dental plan. We have been in, CDS Group Health had been our TPA for the dental plan for the last 10 years. And then last year, they merged and rebranded with Prominence Administrative Services. And so they assured us there'd be no change to the level of service that we've come to know with CDS. But fast forward to 2021, we started to get into trouble early in the year with providers contacting us with concerns about turnaround times and accuracy processing. So we met with Prominence. They assured us that they would be resolving everything, but it's continued to get worse throughout the year. So I went to our benefits consultant and discussed with her, and she recommended we do look at a new TPA. So she brought forward a proposal from Ameritas, and we did a virtual presentation with them, and we're very impressed. They can mirror our current plan and actually come in with a lower administrative fee overall. So currently we pay $550 per month per employee for Prominence of services, and then Ameritas will be $475 per month per employee. And they also issue performance guarantees on all the issues that we're having with Prominence at the moment. So, really that was the ultimate goal, was to get a better level of service. So in addition, we're looking for approval for the 2022 funding levels. And I apologize, when agenda items were due, we were still analyzing benefit claims. And so we've wrapped that up and met with the benefits consultant, and the recommendation is that the 2022 funding level remain unchanged from 2021. And so you're looking at $137.34 per person per month for the funding level, and as well as keeping COBRA rates the same from 2021. So, hopefully that's enough information. If not, I'm happy to answer any questions about the benefit.
Question for you. Since we're self-insured, is there some appeal process for reimbursements? I had a filling redone, and I think the dentist got $60 or something like that, and I ended up getting balance billed for the 220.
Yeah.
On top of that, and it was just like, 60 seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah, and with Prominence, there is, you can bring, and we can talk later, that has been the common concern throughout this year, and I can't take the credit for getting those things resolved. Dana, who works with me in HR, she's become a pro at getting those resolved for staff. So if employees bring us in EOBs and bills, we can get it fixed. I anticipate that's going to continue through 2022. As soon as more employees get in that, it something was really screwed up with the plan, and And it's unfortunate, I mean, we had a long-standing relationship with this company for, 10 plus years, so, but we can get a result. Just gotta bring that, this stuff. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. I knew you were gonna. Yeah.
So, our requested action, rather than say include that body level, we'll say,
I will, if you want me to, yeah.
yes. So what about
I was just going to state no change in 2022 COBRA rates from the 2021 rates. Does that enough? Yeah. How about I say it, and if I don't say it right? Okay. So request board action, approve changing the district's self-insured dental program's third-party administrator to Emeritus effective January 1st, 2022. Approve plan funding level in the amount of $137.34 per employee per month, and approve 2022 COBRA dental rates with no change from the 2021 rates.
To approve?
Okay. So we have a motion on this. And then a and that motion passes unanimously.
Thank you.
On that brings us to payment of claims. I'm going to move approval of payment of claims in the amount of $2,492,329.67.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. And that motion passes unanimously.
Okay. Standing and ad hoc committee and liaison report. Okay. How about board member report? I certainly have nothing.
I was going to say, I had an opportunity to speak in front of the Chamber Leadership Lake Tahoe class yesterday, and I noticed that there was an exceptional standout in the class. You can see the light was shining bright on it. It was great. But in all seriousness, I think it's a really good program. I found it very helpful, and so I was really excited to see that the district was taking advantage of it. And Trevor can speak to his experiences, but I thought it just allowed me to interact with a lot of different folks that I don't speak to normally in business settings. So I found it to be really a good program. So I'm glad to participate.
Okay. El Dorado Water Agency.
No report since the last meeting. We do have a meeting coming up next Wednesday that I can't be at. So if you can stand.
And we'll do it remotely.
So, remotely. Yeah, that's their standing practice now. So every meeting, I think they have to adopt a resolution that every 30 days, basically, that they're still in an emergency or something.
Yeah, I know.
Thank you.
Just gotta remember.
Should I reach out to them and, or do you want me to?
Either way, just so that they have not been emailing me the agenda.
Okay, I'll.
As an alternate. Okay, so Trevor, you got something for us?
Planning staff report today on activities at DVR.
Yes, thank you. So I'm Trevor Coolidge, the engineer. I have been working on a number of projects out at Omen Valley Ranch, doing site mining, we're doing the decaying diamond ditch, things like that. So I've been working closely with Jim Hill prior to his retirement. I also got more involved following the Tamarack fire. And so as Jim transitioned out, I transitioned in to pick up a lot of those ongoing actions. And I really want to introduce Jason Blaze. He's our water reuse lead and acting supervisor out there. So we wanted to put a face to a name, let you know who's making sure the lights are going on and off, starting the day and things are flowing. But I was going to talk a little bit about what's going on real quick, and then if you have any other questions from the field, like Jason up as well. But we really want to champion Jason. He's been out there for 5 years, and he's doing a great job. So, just brief updates. We met with Cal OES November 12th to go over the power damage. It took quite a while to come out there. Apparently they're busy with flooding and fires and something else going on around the state. We did meet with 3 folks out there. They were really surprised by the amount of debris we had moving around from the Strait rivers in October. Our crews have been able to handle what came in from that event. Our initial cleanup held up really well. What we're doing is we're monitoring what's going on out there. We're trying to spend as little of our money as possible out there. So, for example, Liberty has donated us tree service out there, cleaning up utility corridors, chipping, doing log placement where we want it. They're about to release another area. So basically, everywhere they did work from the fire, they have crews coming through. We're talking about getting logs placed on slopes, things like that, at Liberty's cost, which is great, because they dropped a lot of trees when they went through. Moving on from that, I mentioned Jason and his staff ranking excavator, clean up ditches before Thanksgiving. We're already flowing Dressler and dining ditches when the time comes this spring, but we are monitoring to see what larger projects may be. So we're looking at those closely, seeing where we may or may not have issues and following accordingly. I think the most exciting thing that's going to happen, again, other people's money, BLM is tentatively going to aerial seed their lands that we lease adjacent to Harvey Place Reservoir next week. So we're really excited to see that happen. Moving into more normal operations, we have a dam inspection next week. Again, these are all just routine things with the state. We've got away from the fires. Jason and his crew are doing a great job taking advantage of this dry weather through vegetation management that could be worked on during the fires. So that's good. And then as of this morning, Mike Shefo and Ron from Pumps were out pouring at the Sea Hydro facility. We had that all pouring a little bit, and it looks great. Check it out. We'll see how far it's tonight to generate electricity there. So I think that's the bulk of what's going on. John, did you have anything else you want to touch on?
Can you update on the fencing repairs out there?
Yes, so our fencing repairs are eligible for 75% reimbursement from other people's money, and that contractor has mobilized equipment, and they should be starting up later this month. We focused the Liberty crews, or Liberty's contract crews, to clear ahead of them where they had down trees where we can replace those fences. So as soon as they're done, the fencing will be able to work their way through there. So I guess other items were the 5-year grazing contracts coming up, and we're looking at extending the duration of that. It's really good for the district. We get about $160,000 or $180,000 a year from the grazer, and at the same time, they're taking care of all the fences they need. They're taking care of all the water diversions on site, so they have a full-time crew up there. We don't have to worry about those areas at least. So that's coming up this fall. We're trying to or this spring, we're going to renew, expires in the fall. So we're not much tweaks we want to make to that. Looking forward. Quick trivia, does anyone know how much our hay sold for a good ton in October? $235 a ton. So that's the highest price we've ever gotten for hay, and it's the lowest quality. And that's because we have irrigation during the Tahoe. So unfortunately, the alfalfa quality suffered, but due to the recent drought, it sold for a premium. So it's the most money we've ever gotten.
Yeah, mine's just 3 cuttings of the last year. That's year ever. In terms of volume and dollars.
And Jason and his staff handle all that work in-house. So that's great. Our relationship with NRCS or any kind of resource conservation districts down there, we work with them on our grazing allotment. I guess the last time I was down, it was like the herd was very large, a lot of animal units on site, and they were hammering it really hard, like down to the dust. So I'm just curious in terms of rotation, moving them around the property, Jason may want to speak to this, but there's 4 or 5 kind of designated fields, and they do intensive grazing on each one and cycle them through. I understand what you're asking is getting some outside eyes on to see if that's the best use of the land. And I'm not saying it's not a bad use of this one or great, or it might be really, impacting potential, sustainability of grazing down the road. Yeah, the cyclical grazing is a best practice. The grazer that we are using has multiple qualifications and things around management. I think that was one of the reasons why I scored so highly on the RFP when we put it out originally. But and he works directly with a number of federal programs to support his operations. But I don't know, have we had anyone out to lay eyes on what's going on out there?
Well, Doug Freitas, the owner of Mission Livestock, he works closely with NRCS to carry out his operation out there when it comes to any kind of improvements on the property, when it comes to grazing, irrigation improvements that they carry out. He works closely with them on all of that. So in terms to your concern about someone being worried about overgrazing, I know that's a big concern of theirs. He's got a very large operation that goes way beyond the scope of the property he leases from us. And so they do carry out, like to Trevor's comment, rotational grazing, and they do. And as far as the number of cattle that they put on the property, they put the number of cattle that's appropriate for the acre that they've got allotted out there. We've not witnessed any abuse on their end for putting too many cattle on the number of acres that they lease from the district. If there's any concern over what they might be doing as far as overgrazing, we can always address that directly to Doug Freitas.
Yeah, I guess my concern is that perhaps we're not getting an independent perspective on the operation. It's really, the LIT that's really driving what's going on the site. And I guess I'm looking for maybe a third party from that, and perhaps, maybe do something different in terms of how we're fencing the property or rotating it in terms of duration on the property. That's all. It's just more about, do the right thing to the land, make sure it's maintained for
That's something we could work in as we do this contract.
Yeah, right. It sounds like it's working out good with the Freitas, but.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking for us to have something other than our LIT to guide.
Right.
Yeah, we want to make sure we don't end up with a waste of money.
Yeah, you're fine. Once 50 years, then he's out.
Yeah.
One comment is, when we did the last contract, we went with the long term, and the idea was that the rancher had a vested interest in making sure that the field can maintain in good shape from year to year, that would produce their productivity. And so report sides are earlier, that it was anticipated was successful. But it certainly doesn't hurt to have someone else take a look at it.
Thanks, Trevor.
Thank you. I am a former 4-H'er, so.
Me too.
You're qualified. I'm qualified. Thank you.
Looks like a next, okay. Starting with staffing, I have a couple updates. For pump station operator, we're interviewing 6 candidates on December 14th, including one in-house. And we're still advertising for that underground repair water position through December 8th. And of course, our COVID update. Continuing good news, we have no employees out for any reason due to COVID. We have some staff getting boosters and scheduling booster shots. There's a vaccination clinic at the college next Friday at 10, and I sent the board an email with some information on that earlier today, so that's open to anyone. I signed up, there's a lot of slots available, so if you're interested, that looks like a good one. And then there's the vaccination and testing mandates, and those are chugging through the federal court system still, and so we're just waiting out for that process to play out. Ultimately, we'll follow any OSHA requirements that come out pertaining to the district. And DVR recovered, really going great out there. Appreciate Trevor and Jason especially, and for your detailed update today. And also wanted to, Jim's not here, but I'm still in touch with Jim, and surely appreciate his ongoing assistance through this transition period. Workforce housing, actually quite a bit of activity in recent months. We do, just as a reminder, we do have an ad hoc committee for workforce housing. That's Nick and Shane, and I've been providing them with more detailed information. And actually, I expect that committee will meet probably in the next 2 to 3 weeks. But here's, for the entire board, here's some of the latest happenings. Our sewer unit transfer program is underway. We have sent letters out, and we have a website link. This is where customers with excess unused sewer units can donate them essentially back to the district for transfer to affordable housing projects. And then they would receive a charitable donation receipt for the taxes. We've also been meeting with our rate consultant, Sean Korn, and he's continuing his work on potential revisions to our connection fee structure. And he'll be bringing that forward to the entire board. We do have some ideas in progress that we think will help keep connection fees for affordable housing down. So we'll be bringing that forward to the committee and to the board also in the next month or two. Finally, Sugar Plum Village is making progress. This is that 248 unit affordable housing project just past the Y, predominantly on D Street. We have some hopes of actually breaking ground next year. We've been in touch with the city and the project developer, Related California, and much of that discussion is on connection fees and connection fee alternatives. They have submitted a proposal, and once we get, I think, the connection fee information from Sean, we'll bring that forward to the committee, and then we'll bring that forward to the full board, I think, in January for discussion, and we can continue with that. So I think that's really all I had today. Paul, Tim, Shelley, do you have anything you'd like to add to our affordable housing element?
No, just today I did speak to Sean Korn earlier this week to try to get an update. He reminded us that we had a homework assignment here in the weekend before he could kind of go any further. So we're meeting on Monday to talk about that, and hopefully we'll get it going after that.
This would mention again the concept of developing our own affordable housing, some point units on district overlay, and including that as well as the discussion kind of within the community, but then also within the subcommittee, and then as we come back to the full board. I think is an important concept to start to consider. So I would encourage us to continue to do that.
Okay, great. And actually, I have one more item, if I may. In regards to setting goals for 2022, I'm starting to meet with staff on this, and I expect to be bringing some of those goals forward to the board as we develop our board goals for the GM for 2022. And I think some of that will come up in closed session here next. All good? That's all I have.
Question for you. Not on the board subjects you talked about, but at the last meeting we went to the draft audit, and I wondered if that has been finalized. Because it's not, it wasn't posted on the website. It seems like that ought to be out there for people to see.
It will be. Yeah, we just received it actually. It's the beginning of this week, Monday, back from the auditors. And so now we can get it posted on the website.
Okay, so you see the past meeting, and that was really close session. Pushing into open session.